Appreciate y'all tuning in. Another episode here, Alternative Facts. Corey, CJ, Cheedy, and we got a special guest right here, Paul DeRousselle. Man, appreciate you joining us. So, we got a good backstory to tap into. You know, this guy right here, one of the top agents, as you can see, locked in a huge deal with a big time player, Jeffery Simmons, man. So, you know, we touch base on the player side. You know, we've talked to, you know, other personnel, other professionals, but we haven't actually talked to an agent.
Absolutely.
And getting the backside of it. You know, the paper shuffling on the table, you know, all the calls that happen.
Hanging up phone calls.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to dig into.
I can't wait, bro.
So, but first off, man, how are you even on the show, man? What's the connection?
Man, you know, it's crazy. You know, I'm a big fan of the show. You know, people go to the late night shows like big fan. I actually watch the show. Like I watch y'all grow. I watch the theme show. I watch y'all grow. You know, like the first from episode 1 to about 8, you could tell the budget, like the bag that went up. Bro, the bag it didn't evolve. Y'all didn't had a steady class. You know, from like that 8-8 season. Now y'all perennial 13-3. You know, but the crazy part, man, I always, you know, I met Cheedy. I know Cheedy, so this is how I actually get to come on the show. I send him a text. He was like, "Who is this?" I like, "Shit, big bro, Paul, man. You remember me?" Nah, you ain't do that to me. Nah, it's cap. But so I actually first met Cheedy, man. He was a first-year law student. So you know, every year I come back for the alumni basketball team at Southern University Law Center. Okay. And so I get to the gym that day, and you know, we getting ready to play. We've been winning. We've been the dominant. We were like 8-0. We never lost an alumni tournament at that point. We still winning. So here comes Cheedy. So I'm watching the game before, and I just see this long, limber, you know, he ain't had the hair back then. I think he had a fade, maybe. Yeah. So he was playing, he was a first-year law student playing against the third-year team. This was Marcus DeLarge. They had a pretty good team, but, you know, a lot of alpha males, you know. So Marcus goes up to the cup to do a layup. Cheedy blocks the shot. And he talking to him like, standing over, and you know, and this is like, you don't normally see first-year law students act like this. But me, I was just like, I kind of liked it. Yeah. You know, I'm like, that's how I was as a first year. Now people looking like they wanted to scrap with Cheedy, you know. And then so lo and behold, I see him at the law center the next day, the following day. And we both alphas. So we friends. So ever since then, I walked up to him, I was like, "Hey, bro, you know, I see what you're doing, but you know, might have to be a little bit more diplomatic around here." And he ended up being real tight with everybody else. And Marcus DeLarge, the dude who shot he blocked, he gonna watch this show. He's actually a judge now. Yeah. So you know, I was just trying to teach Cheedy, like, "Hey, bro, look, like at the end of the day, we all competitive. Like I got in a fight my first year law school with a third-year law student. You know, I get it. You know, I understand the bravado, but that's how I met Cheedy, man. And I come down every year. Unfortunately, we never beat their team, bro. And they wasn't that good. Yes, we were. They just played well together. Remember that time we should have beat y'all that one year? This random, who hit that three? I never beat them. I've never beat them, but I've won championships with them.
Okay. All right, well, that's the backstory how we got you connected here. So what's the backstory behind you and Jeffery Simmons, man, defensive tackle from the Titans?
Second highest paid.
Shut up.
Let's give that a round of applause. It was Sports for about 2 weeks.
This show is now sponsored by Paul.
Hey, I'm sitting on my invoice, man. Y'all boys. Nah, man, Jeff, man, bro is different. The generational talent. So I tell people all the time, you know, a lot of people been giving me credit for the deal. I'm gonna take some level of that credit because I did have to do certain things, but bro, I walked in with Jeffery Simmons. You know, not like I got some back end roster guy. He's a generational talent. So it makes it a lot easier when you got somebody that level of a player. So I actually met Jeff at the time. I was representing DJ Chark. And it was his first Pro Bowl. So Jeff was actually a rookie, and Jarrell Casey had taken Jeff to the Pro Bowl, so he wasn't even there. Gotcha. So I just kept seeing him. Every time I see him, "What's up, dog? You good?" Like I'm playing ping pong, beating everybody. And we just kept seeing each other. At that point, bro, I didn't think I'd ever see this dude, never know who he was. So Jeffery didn't have an agent off his rookie deal. His uncle is Jason Hatcher. Shout out to my dog, Big Hatch. So he didn't sign with an agent.
Crazy.
First round pick. He should have been a top 5 pick, but he tore his ACL during the training. So he didn't sign with an agent. Didn't have an agent at all. He and his uncle started this thing called Walking Business, which is where I am today. And it was just like, bro, we don't need no agent. We good on it. You know, time went on. We get to about year 2. I met Jason Hatcher at a crawfish boil. So all y'all who watching crawfish boils, crab boils in Louisiana, that's like how we socialize, right? So he and I started talking, and we just, never talked about representing Jeff one day, but it was just chopping it up. So finally, we met later. He was like, look, man, there ain't no promise you're gonna get to represent Jeff. I got Jeff, I got Tyree Phillips. More than likely, we'll let you represent Tyree. Tyree's a great player in his own right. He gonna get paid next year, but you could tell he was a little apprehensive with Jeff because that's like his nephew. And he's thinking like, man, I gotta have somebody experienced. So, he like, bro, I'm gonna let somebody, But as time went on, I was just around. They trained in Dallas. I'm always with them boys, And at that time, I had to build that personal connection first. That's my guy, man. We got to know him, we got close. Then, sprinkling that professional acumen. He started to be like, you know what, bro? Bro kind of got it. He like, I see it, so crazy enough, Hatch hits me up one day out the blue. Hey, meet us such and such. I was like, what's up? Oh, you're interviewing to be Jeff's agent tonight. I'm like, bro, I wasn't even dressing. How like my suit wasn't even in the clean. I ain't had no cut, nothing. So I'm like, bro, so I'm meeting? So I pull up to the place, bro, it's big, nice. We at the facility. Hatch had on a suit. Andre Garrard, former Cowboy, is there because he's part of our group. And I'm nervous with my heart beating, and I'm so used to being so close. I'm like, bro, this could be a signature moment of my career. Like, I'm driving, I'm nervous. I'm like, bro, ain't no way. I was like, you got it, bro. I had to call him my whole presentation, bro. I had numbers breaking out. At the time, Aaron Donald hadn't signed his new deal, the 31. So he had signed the 22.5, the 6 for 135 deal. So man, I get there, bro, and Jeff was sitting at the head of the table. And he just started laughing. Because me and Jeff got that relationship where it's like, that's my dog, bro. But at that moment, I had to get serious. So he's laughing because he hadn't seen that side of me. And I ain't gonna lie to you. First 5 minutes, I'm nervous. I'm stumbling. But then I got that rhythm. You see that first shot go down? I started, ha, 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 ha. So this was like end of May going into his 4th year. This is when it happened. So there was no new deal. Most times with D tackles, they make you play out their 4th year. So this was after year 3.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, when does, like, far as those rookie contracts, when do they start, like, hey?
Well, after year 3, if you're a first round pick, they can still use the 5th year option. So generally after year 3, you start talking. It's like you send that GM that hey big head text. Like, hey, what's up? Like, but most times your quarterbacks and receivers can probably re-up after 3, but there haven't been no D tackles. Like Aaron Donald had to play out his 4th year. They make all the D tackles for the most part play out their 4th year, the first round guys. So anyway, man, I get through it, bro. I felt like I did good. I ain't hear nothing from back. We just all still going business usual, bro. I landed in Jamaica. Jeff sent me a text like, "What's up, bro?" I'm nervous. I'm just like, I'm cheating though, bro. I've been at this so long. I'm like, here comes the. Man, hey, bro, I appreciate everything you did for me. How many rejection letters you done got? So I'm just like, I'm bracing myself for it. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. Bro was like, what's up? And I had the 3 little dots. Bro, I promise that's the longest them dots they never took. He was like, hey, man, I talked it over with my uncle, bro. And I'm scared to read the rest. I'm in Jamaica. He's like, I decided I'm going with you, bro. He's like, I believe in you. He's like you got it. And bro, I try to not act too excited. Hey, bro, I'm in the, I gotta send the text back like, deep down, but I hit him back like, appreciate that, bro. I'll get the SRA over to you. Man, bro, I text my mama, I text everybody. It's up, but at the same time, you don't want to prematurely sell because job's not done. Like Kobe said, now you just getting started. So at that point, that's how that's how I became his agent. And after that, bro would send me texts like, bro, you got it, I believe you. And after that moment, I just locked in. And at that point, I haven't drank in 15 months. I literally stopped drinking like in March that year, preparing. Not saying I had no problem or nothing, but it's like I wanted to be all the way locked in. This is a moment for me, let's get it. So I became his agent, hit up the Titans general manager at the time, who actually got fired during the middle of the season. So the guy I'd been talking to at first got fired. So then I had to deal with a whole new GM. So, bro, it was a process, bro. It was hardest thing I ever had to do. We've all been through intake processes. Although Alpha Phi Fraternity Incorporated is a non-hedging entity, it was something that, like, bro, I grew a lot, man. I got pushed, but it gave me a level. When you come out of it, you like, bro, there's nothing I can't do. Bro, I just know how you get that first offer, and that's when it feels real. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, you know, when you go through and I probably took your next question, but like, you know, how it works, my bad. But when they sit that first offer, that's when it feels real. You can talk all about what you'll do. Like, you know what I mean? You know how you read other people's deals? Oh, that was a bad deal. I could have got more. I'm gonna tell you right now, you'll never hear me criticize no deal no other agent ever did, because you wasn't in the room. And you never know the circumstance, you never know the pressure that client put on you. There's a lot of variables. Bro, I remember getting that text from Ram, like, bro, I just sent the first offer. And that's when it feels real. You like, February 1st. I still remember the email, February 1st. I'm like, oh man, this is real. Like, now the whole world looking at you. You got Titans people on Twitter. Jeffery Simmons needs to hire a more experienced agent. I remember the dude who said it, Paul Kuharski. I remember, bro.
The same name.
I ain't forgot. Hey, it's a missile. I'm putting it in my man cave. Put you on that Summer Jam screen. Put him on the Summer Jam screen. So yeah, bro, it's like that's when it got real, and you know, the process was about 2.5 months to get the deal done.
Yeah.
And we did it.
Yeah. Congrats, man.
Congrats. That's a huge deal, man.
Speaking of deals and contract negotiations and things of that nature, what is your opinion on the Lamar Jackson situation? I know we hear a lot of media pundits saying this and that. He should have hired an agent. He should have done this, or he's fine. He could do it himself. But from an actual agent's perspective, what is your take on it?
Here's the first thing I think. I think if it would have been, and this might be a little controversial, but whatever. I think had it been an Aaron Rodgers, had it been a Joe Burrow, had it been a quarterback that looked a certain way, we wouldn't even had that. Lamar doesn't look the part in their eyes of somebody that should have the acumen to do so. Right. You notice you didn't hear all that about Larry Tunsil. No. You know, I'm just, because that's an O-lineman, they don't care, but it's. I think there's always an inherent bias against black quarterbacks that they don't let go. So it's almost like you had the temerity, the audacity to think that you can go against. No, I think anybody else would have been celebrated. Yeah. Bro, right now, Joe Burrow does the deal himself right now. He's celebrated. Joe cool, he's generational. He does things, here's what you know. So I think there's some racial overtones to it. I'm gonna say it. Absolutely. Yeah. Then there's just the conventional good old boy way of things. A lot of that was agents. You had a lot of agents being haters because they felt like, oh, this is diminishing our value. I looked at it like this. Throughout this guy and our entire process, he got tired of me calling. He actually says it in the press conference. I was educating him throughout the process to the point where I think Jeff could almost do his third deal by himself without me. But I think he values me so much because I didn't hide the ball from him. I'm like, hey, bro, per game roster bonus, this is why we're doing this. I was giving him the why behind his deal and why it was structured this way. Hey, bro, your 2-year cash flow is 50. Look how that's beating pain and this. Like, most agents don't want to do that, right? Because I feel like if I give you the game, it depreciates me. See, me, my philosophy as an agent, like, bro, I want you to be special. That's you part of my tree now. Because Jeff might be a GM one day. I want to help all my players be able to get in the front office one day. That's good agent work to me. And maybe everybody ain't doing it, but I don't care. Like God gonna bless me. That's what we do. You learn, you go through the process to teach. So off my soapbox, but back to what I was saying about Lamar's deal is that, like, it wasn't, he had, Baltimore's entire offense is designed around him. Yep. There was no quarterback that they could have taken. They couldn't get Anthony Richardson or a comparable guy based on their draft slot. So everything was in his favor. And a lot of things, bro, like people talking about his mom negotiated his deal. Here's something behind the curtain. Let me take you behind the curtain. NFLPA has people that even help agents with deals. Adam Rochelle, Mark Levin, shout out to them boys. I hit them up. Like, I did 98% of my own, I'm like J. Cole, I produce, mix, master my deals. But so Adam Rochelle, Mark Levin, he could call them at the NFLPA. That's literally their job to help them. So I don't know what happened in that. I'm pretty sure that they had something to do with helping him. But so at the end of the day, bro, I'm cool with the deal he got. It was a fair deal. He wasn't never getting no fully guaranteed deal. That was a unicorn. I don't see that happening. I just, them owners, they not. It's
just like one owner ain't gonna scoot it up for everybody.
Yeah, it's like all your boys, right? Hey, bro, don't say nothing crazy, man. Don't mess it up for us, you know? Hey, bro, we got momentum. Come on, don't scare the girls. So I think what's happening like right now is, it's good for Lamar, bro. I'm proud of him. And a lot of agents won't say that. They'll try to hate. For the bro got top and guaranteed top, and so could he have done a little better? Absolutely. Could I have done a little better? Yes. If you can scrutinize any deal and find something wrong with it. Because it's called a negotiation. Nobody walks out of a negotiation feeling like I won by 40. Yeah. To me, it's a 7-game series. Some might think the Titans beat us 4-3. Some might think we won 4-3. But at the end of the day, I know it's $66 million of them things, 70.2 guaranteed money. Like going into a negotiation, Lamar probably had his big 3. Like, going into a negotiation, like, what do I prioritize? Yeah. Cash flow, my signing bonus, short-term flexibility with long-term stability, right? So his deal checks off all those boxes, right? Good cash flow. He's gonna get back to the table in 3 years probably, with the market steadily evolving, with the salary cap looking to keep shooting is what we think. So I'm happy for Lamar. Do I think every athlete can do it? No, I don't recommend it. Because everybody won't have the leverage, the temperament for it too. Like, people don't realize agents, sometimes, bro, I can't tell Jeff some of the stuff Titans said in them negotiations. They be like, wait, they said what? I can't tell Jeff what that second offer was. You gotta pick your spots. As an agent, you like a point guard. You know the floor of the game, right? Like, man, I tell Jeff what player they're comparing to. He never went two-tone blue again. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this: would you agree to the Mahomes deal?
No. but here's also what I say. I think it's respect. You know how, like, we in the frat together and we watch other step shows. Like, all right, bro, I ain't gonna go too hard on you because we all in the same group. Like, I don't feel like agents should talk down on other agents' deal because, like, it's disingenuous. Because, like, really, I'm recruiting you. You trying to talk down. Like, I think Lee Steinberg is such a good agent, and he has so many great deals that it's hard to, I see what he was trying to do, and he probably, like, with Pat Mahomes, right? Pat Mahomes is already a wealthy guy. He's one of those guys that, like, I just want this long term. Like, maybe he wanted that deal. But now he's looking to kind of restructure that deal. So I'm mystified by it, like by a 10-year deal. I think a lot of people in the business are, but saying all that to say it's not something I would have done. But at the end of the day, not to give you the Kobe answer, but the agent works for the player. So I think no deal goes through without the player approving it. At least Steinberg, he been in the game so long. Yeah, I would have probably shot for like a four-year. If you notice more of these guys, the extensions, like with our deal, Titans traditionally do 5-year extensions every time. We got to 4. 4 was big to me. Yeah. Jeffery gonna be 28, 29 in 4 years. We gotta run that back. Yeah. And even if we don't run it back, he's done well enough for himself where he's good, and his kids are good. So
for me, I just want to know about the talent acquisition part of it. As an agent, your biggest job is just to be able to find that talent. And going into, whether it's these college fields or, these pro days or, all of these different atmospheres that these individuals you have the opportunity to see them. What are some of the biggest things that you take away from those events that you're able to, like the NIL deal, for example? You have these college, kids who come out, they already have 2-3 millions already set in stone. So, how do you navigate that within that process of somebody who's already getting paid 2-3 million coming to you as potentially an agent?
I mean, you can look at it one or two ways. I think in a lot of ways, them kids having money already, it levels the playing field. Let me explain. Like, a lot of times these agents can throw a bag with having no substance, no nothing, and they just taking advantage of kids' financial situation. I'm gonna give you a marketing advance of $250 if you come sign with me. Now you got them golden handcuffs on you. Yeah. Now that kind of, like, agents, you kind of got to get in your bag now a little bit more, in the sense of the kid can pay for his own training now. Hey, this kid can do this. What's your substance now? Like, now you kind of got to prove yourself beyond the whole, here's a lot of money to your single mom, which they prey on those single moms. You don't see a lot of agents, them 2-parent homes, they're not going for that. Pop's like, bro, what can you do? I prefer not just 2-parent homes, but also homes where there's somebody who's not motivated just by money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, not people just like 50,000. Your mom like, oh my God, I never seen it. Like, nah, bro, let's hoop, let's double. So I'm cool with the NIL money. Like, what I don't like about it is that some of these kids, they're so focused on that NIL bag that they forget about the NFL bag. Like, you sitting here so worried about the NIL, bro. At the end of the day, if you do what you're supposed to do in college, you're that's gonna be nothing to you. Like $250. That little $250 in NIL, difference between top of the 3rd round and bottom of the 4th round, look them numbers up. Yeah. So I think it's good, bro. I'm happy that the culture is advancing. I just don't want the kids to abuse it. And the right kids that are made up the right stuff, they not. Like the NIL stuff, some kids don't even care about the NIL money.
I mean, I look at it like the internet, man. It's going to be some good with the internet. It's going to be some bad. And that's how the NIL deals are to me. I mean, for some kids, it's going to work. And for some kids, they going to get that money and think they already made it. So
it can go, but it goes back to what's inside that kid, right? Like all money gonna do is make you more what you are. You know, we don't.
Ask you this, let's say right now I know there's a process for this, being an agent. Let's say there's a kid out there or somebody who's watching right now who his dream was to be, an agent one day. What are the things that they could probably start doing right now, or even, learn right now to be able to not further them into their dreams, or but able to even help them out to become someone like you who's able to make deals like this and everything like that?
I think the first step is to know your limitations and realize who you are. I learned really quickly that, my daddy a band director, bro. I ain't got the genes. The genes ain't in me to go to the league. So right now, that kid be like, say, dog, it's cool. Like, you can love the game. I was just on the team. I'm out there. But like, I would say, man, loving, first of all, like, don't have this view of it like Jerry Maguire. Like, Chidi will tell you, like, all these people go to law school, they like, I want to be an agent. Everybody didn't see Jerry Maguire, they done seen it, the dude in the suit at the draft, they done see, bro, this is hard. Yeah. Like, that's the first thing I would tell them. I'm not trying to rain on your parade or your dream. Dog, you gotta have a different level of dog in you. Yeah. It took me as long as LeBron to get a ring. This right here, 10 years to be an overnight success. Yeah. That's why it's funny, like when people are like, where did he come from? Like, dog, I was just making mixtapes. I just dropped the album, you know what I mean? But I'll tell that kid, build relationships. Like the people you're going to school with now, the people you're in college with, you can't be turned up, drunk off the rails, because at the end of the day, like, you get put in that friend zone too much. You kind of got to move like, I'm cool with y'all, but I ain't one of y'all. Yeah. You have to kind of navigate through that. Study. Like if you playing Madden, if it's a little young kid, or you playing Madden, start learning the salary cap, like understanding what's a signing bonus. All these resources, you got Spo Track, you got Inside the NFL. Like anything else, bro, just become a student of it. Just ask people like me questions, like, hey, bro, why is a roster bonus? What do they mean? What's a cap hit? Like, why? What is a signing bonus? Why some teams give bigger signing bonuses than others? Because their owner has more cash flow. Like, just things like that. I would say just immerse yourself in it and love it. Just like anything else. You want to be an engineer, be around engineers. You want to be around the game, just be around the game. Sometimes it's just as simple as being around, bro. Like, you ain't got to follow David Mulugeta's blueprint, Nicole Lynn's blueprint. Everybody got their own way, and you kind of just got to develop it. Intern with the Texans. Like, intern with a team. They always looking for somebody. If you show that hunger, you want to get cool with a general manager. Build a rapport with these NFL scouts. Because you know what, bro? You know how many people I met along the way, like just little scouts? Those area scouts become directors of college scouting. Those directors of college scouting become general managers. So if you just get cool with people, go to the Senior Bowl, hang out, but just be around, bro. And like for me, I'm around football players so much that I know how to vibe with them. It's great, just being around. Like, you can be all these dudes in here, and I know how to move. Yeah. But the only way you learn how to move like that is just the reps. You're like, anything you do, bro, the reps. So, like this Jeffery Simmons deal, I had gone through so many mental reps that when it got time to hoop, I got better in the dark. I was like, oh, this move, oh, I knew they was gonna come with this counter. Bet, oh, you said this, the Taylor Lewan, y'all guaranteed him 62.5. That's the last time y'all had a first round pick. That's where that number starts. Oh, like all this stuff. But bro, you don't just get that one day studying. You get that by the preparation. And that's why like sports and being an agent are more synonymous than you think. Like people think agent, they just think, show me, like, they just see that, like they think, like, bro, like you don't have to be no agent that hold out. You didn't hear nothing about our deal. Nobody knew nothing. You ain't see no holding out. You ain't see no, like, bro, I could have sat here and messed up the whole deal if I'd have been talking to Rand, a new general manager, and been talking crazy. And we got that deal done because I left church on Sunday in Nashville and sat down with him for 2 hours. People don't know that part of the story. I'm like, say, bro, Rand, where you at? Here's where I'm at. Let's come together. Like it's innate people skills. It's all these balances, right? You got to balance knowing what you're talking about and reading your room. Yeah. Like the Titans, here's what they like to do. Here's what they've done. It's a lot that goes into it, bro. Like being a student, and it's like for me, I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. Like anything I do, I want to be the best, and like that's no matter what. And I I will be. Not to be, you know, we alphas here. Like, that's how you feel. It's like, it's a standard, you know?
Appreciate your time, seriously.
Thank you so much.
All the insight, even the encouragement. If you don't feel uplifted now, something wrong with you. Get
Hey,
out that dark place.
My TED Talk, man, but I just want to tell you guys, man, give y'all some level of, not to be the dude on the pivot with Freddie Flowers. He just give everybody their flowers. I just want to thank y'all for this opportunity, man. Y'all keep going with what y'all doing. You know, y'all thanking me for coming on. This is an opportunity. Like for me, every rep, somebody might be watching this right now who a 4-star. They like, yeah, I kind of like what they got going on over there. Like, you know, I enjoy that. So I appreciate y'all giving me a stage.
Absolutely, man. Welcome.
Hey, welcome to town, man.
I want to be fun. Hey, next time I want to come back. I want to come talk about regular stuff like that for sure.
Man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank you for liking, share, subscribe, all that, man. Alternative Facts.